Why did manga readers hate the original ending of Attack on Titan? Now that Attack on Titan's anime has ended, a lot of anime watchers are questioning where all this hate came from when the manga originally ended. So as someone who did read the manga as it was released and was part of the fandom back then, there's a few reasons. Manga culture is different from anime culture when you're waiting a month between chapters, sometimes 2 months and even 3 months. So you can go super in-depth on every panel and overanalyze everything. And you have entire communities, usually on Reddit, that start to build their own headcanons at scale. And then those communities go to war with other communities who don't see the series in the exact same way they do. And because of the political themes of the story, a lot of watchers just couldn't separate from the morally black and white view that a lot of shonen put forward. Attack on Titan is trying to tell a far more morally grey story, and a lot of people just couldn't see the real world parallels, and the ones that could often would marry them a bit too closely to real life issues. Fake blog posts would pop up saying that Isayama was a Japanese nationalist and that he was writing a racist propaganda story, when really what he was doing was trying to illustrate a cautionary tale, a cautionary commentary on real life and how no race, despite their privileges or curses, is guilty of a collective crime. But because of this real world association, the series would unfortunately attract actual Yahtzees, but mostly doomers. Doomers who would unironically start supporting the wrong side of those themes and would want a total rewrite of the story to express it as such. Put simply, it was trying to tell a story which was a bit too big-brained for a lot of people who simply just know all about the world. And what didn't help this was that the writing was so much messier upon first release. It simply just wasn't obvious what a lot of characters believed, and it felt way more haphazard. Because of the morally grey themes of the story, a lot of people saw their idol, Erwin, as a super uber duper chad, and was disappointed when the reveal came that Erwin was just the same person from day one, which admittedly in some ways actually makes the story incredibly based, because just like people worshipped the idea of Erwin in the manga, so did people in real life, with these individuals just placing a larger than life ideal onto the character. Like the story says, you're not a god or a devil, you're just a normal person. And like Erwin himself says, I'm just a garden variety idiot who got his hands on too much power. But of course, that line was only in the anime, not the manga. So a lot of people just felt like it was out of character for Erwin to be making all of these mistakes. The anime's final draft builds upon these ideas, makes it much clearer and much cleaner with added dialogue and dialogue changes, which makes sense now that Isayama has had more chance to think about it. And they illustrated an emotional breakdown for Armin which wasn't in the original manga. Basically, the entire River of Blood scene was all anime only, and it made things way clearer, way more obvious, and thankfully, they took out this really controversial and super memed online where Armin says to Erwin, thank you for becoming a mass murderer. It was so stupid, but Isayama has went on to express that this was him trying to show Armin's shared responsibility, and this was eventually replaced with a much better seashell scene, which still maintains the heart of the story and the themes that it's trying to express. But anime also adds the right atmosphere and the right music choices, which helps express the correct emotional weight to every scene. Alongside the drawn-out fight scenes, which really helps sell the battle of attrition that the warriors had to go through, and all the sacrifices involved. The anime version has far more weight, and I, for one, love the ending. It's grim, dark, and horrible, while still maintaining this sliver of hope. Not hope for the world of Attack on Titan per se, but hope for our own world. Shinzu Susugiyo!